Up, fine. Do we have a lot of people outside still? I thought I'll start speaking, so maybe they will decide to move in. Okay, so I said hello. My name is Vaidas. I'm one of the organizers of this great conference, and I see a lot of people here. We were totally sold out, so we were very kind of curious if we'll manage to fit you all. It seems like few of us are still sleeping, but I guess they will join. So try to find your place, sit down. I know that it's very early in the morning, but let's start the day. So the day we will start with very, very short opening, just to tell what this conference is about and what you can expect from it. And then we will move to the content. I'm just talking now to make sure that everyone is going in. So if anyone has a joke, you can tell it now. Okay, do we have most of people? Great, so let's start. Let's open this Agile tour. And I hope many of you know that this is just one event, that we are part of global family, which is called Agile Tour. Agile Tour is lots of events which are organized actually locally. We have full freedom to organize these events, do however we want. We have only a few rules. It has to be a mass communication event, meaning we want to communicate as broad as we can about agility, and it has to be community-driven and low cost. The point of this conference is not to make lots of money and give you nice handbags with t-shirts and everything. The point is to get community together to share their experiences. So we are somewhere behind that question mark because the main organizers, the board didn't update the picture yet because new cities are still popping up. The events will go from started already and will end in December. So we are one city out of many. What's the most interesting and I like about that it's actually became a tour in Lithuania as well, because we had the first Agile Tour conference in Kaunas on 19th of September. So we had one there, then we had trainings yesterday and day before, and today we have Agile Tour in Vilnius. So this is becoming a touring event in September, October in Lithuania as well. With Kaunas, actually we were thinking, should we have only events in Vilnius because it's what, 150 kilometers or less, so people can come. But actually it was a great success. More than 200 people came. And I think even from Vilnius, we can applaud and ask to stand up the guys that are on this page. Guys, are you here? 1, 2, 3. The same as we are doing it on evenings out of job in Vilnius. They were doing this first time. They said, let's create an event in Kaunas, and they made it, everything by themselves. So those who try to organize some kind of event, you know how much work it is. So it's really I really appreciate the efforts that we all together make to make sure that we know and we can share ideas about Agile. And as I mentioned, there was more than 200 people, so I hope we will continue these events in few cities, and maybe we will go to other cities as well in Lithuania. How many people, just for curiosity, are not from Vilnius here, are from other cities? Can you raise your hands? Oh, that's a bit. And how many are from other cities than Vilnius or Kaunas? Alexei, yes, Kiev, I know. Wow, we have few. What cities are you from, guys? New York, great. That side? We had some few there, no, not from Vilnius or Kaunas. Oh, Šiauliai, good. Really, really great to see you guys here. So I hope you will feel welcome, and yeah. And if you want to make anything in Šiauliai, you just have to ask and start doing. It's you who can make this. So, well, what are we when I say? It's basically Agile Lietuva, Agile Lithuania as we call it, is a community. We get together and we say we want non-profit organization. We just get together and do what we feel is the most needed. So, of course, that's a bit of sometimes good, sometimes bad. Good that you can do whatever you want and leave whenever you want. Bad that it's a bit harder to keep maybe the quality of the events, but the point is, as community wants, how much we do, that's the results we get. And we started making our webpage, so I hope very soon you'll have one place where you can find all information about our activities. Now it's a bit strange because if you go to Agile LT, you actually go to my personal blog, which has lots of information, so it's not that nice, of course. Yeah, so what do we do? Our main basically goal is, this is in Lithuanian because I didn't want to translate, but the main goal is basically to share the experience. So the goal is by sharing, learning by sharing. That's it, that's simple. And we have, of course, few ways that you can engage. You can be official member if you want. You can join the email conference. It's just it's Google conference. So Agile Lithuania, Agile Lietuva. If you search on Google Groups, you join it and you get all information. You can come to evenings that we have user group meetings, and this is the conferences or trainings that we're organizing. So these activities we do, and I mentioned all these are driven by us who wants to do it, and if there is a person who wants to drive it, then we do it. What else do we do? We are in Lithuania, and of course we have lots of problems with translation. So we had initiative, and we wanted, of course, make it community-driven. So guys sit down and through few iterations translated the Agile Manifesto, and as we got the basic Scrum Agile Lean terms. Of course, this is just the first iteration, but we put it live. You can, if you want, you can copy this link or take the QR code and go to the site. You will see all the information. Of course, if you go to Agile LT, you will see those translations as well. We want to put this, of course, to agile.org as official translation. The point is, again, it's not final. It's like Agile. We translated it once. We want to get your feedback. If you have any suggestions, something is missing in this list, please write. And this is how we together can create the terms. And then let's hope they will be coined as real terms, because now it's a bit hard to speak in Lithuanian about Agile. And of course, if you care, you can join. Other aspect that we are working is we are talking with public sector. You know, we have quite a lot of public sector projects, and there is a need from both some companies that started doing Agile, sees there is some issues in legal stuff, in how public sector looks at us. So actually we had meetings with with ministry. We are now trying to change this information systems creation methodology, whatever it's that we should all use if we do public sector. So there is a ongoing activity here. And of course, I know that there are a few people from public sector as well. We invited them, so it's nice that we can start talking. Of course, you should not expect that all public sector will go Agile after this conference or before 2013. It will be a long process. On both sides, we have to find out where the risks are, how to put the process, but it's ongoing activity. And if there are companies that want or have a value seeing in this and want to help and want to be advisors or explaining how they work and what's the value, contact us, and then it will be, you know, community. Whatever you need, we help you to do. It's not that we will do it for some reason, because as for Agile Lithuania, there is no value doing this. We are just creating an environment to make this happen. And then we have the user groups. We try to do them every Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday on the last week in Vilnius and Kaunas. I put the dates, and this is like kind of a bit of reminder for the ones that are responsible. If we're making this, and you have to book the classes, and we have to make it public. So if you go to, again, agile.lt, you will see when we are having these events, and if you follow, you will know. This is totally, again, self-organizing event. We have an idea. We get together, the ones who want. We brainstorm a few topics that tonight is interesting, and we talk about them, share our experiences, discuss, go one more round, and then, of course, go for beers. So that's, you know, again, sharing. So if you want, try to follow these days, try to follow Agile LT and join. It's very nice that 2 years ago when I started, or 3 years ago when we started doing first Agile Tour, we were the only ones that started talking about Agile in Lithuania. And now we have Greg Young in Lithuania that's organizing another conference, which is on November 30th, about, and as it says, I loved his, Greg, are you here? No, not yet. I love the way they put it. The conference is for and by people who actually build stuff. So I hope people here again as well are the ones that are building stuff, but of course this is for technical people, you know how to do all technical practices, which I really agree that we don't speak too much in these kind of conferences. When we organize a conference, we often talk about project management techniques, how to be a good Scrum Master, and so on, so on. So if anyone didn't find it yet, please look. More good stuff is in Agile is happening already in Lithuania. That's perfect. So that was very short about what we do as Agile Lithuania, as a community, as a volunteer group of volunteers. So let's get back to the Agile Tour Vilnius, where we are today. So first, of course, another round of applause, and can you stand the guys who organized this event? Anyone? One is standing at the end. The rest, I guess, is still giving out tickets. But you will see them, they have white shirts, so I really, really appreciate the job. And as you see, and if you look at, there is no one employed, these all guys have their own jobs, so really, let's give a big hand, and if something is not going too well, ask them, they will help you as much as we can. Of course, we need to thank our sponsors. So big applause for the 4 sponsors, so it's Adform, Exigent Services, Effecto, and Tieto. As I said, we want to keep this conference low cost, and if you compare, you can talk with the guys that come from abroad, how much actually big conferences cost. So this is totally, you are paying like for lunch or whatever only, and this is why we can do this, because sponsors helps us. So our advice is, of course, to visit the stands. We explicitly told them not to do recruitment in the stands, so if they start hiring you, just run away. And I tell exactly, because our point is, yes, they should present themselves as employers and of course what they do and why they are cool, maybe organization, but we really don't want to make this as a recruitment event. So if there are any recruiters who really come to you and ask your CV, I allow you just to go away and don't say even bye to that guy or girl. And the point is that Exigent Services is having a lottery, and I know they have quite 2 good prizes, if I'm not mistaken. So you all get all orange sheets, so if you fill them, you will have a lottery at 4:15, so I assume you have to be next to that stand during the last coffee break if you really want to win. So again, a bit of motivation to go around, talk with the guys. I think all these companies have something to tell for you. Very fast, what do we have in the audience? It's very interesting to know. We didn't do any analysis when we registered. So let's start very fast. Agile knowledge. Who are here beginners? We'll have 3 levels. So can beginners raise hand? Oh, very nice. It's less than 20%. That's what I like, because on the first conference when I asked this question, everyone almost was the beginner, so that's good. I know some stuff about Agile. Majority, good, good. And the experts, how many experts do we have? 1, 2, 3. Alistair, you should raise a hand. Good. So yeah, a few experts. So I think that's kind of the point. With the first conferences, we were trying to make really about basic stuff. Now we will try to go, I hope, with our presentation about more how to use Agile. So if you really don't know, please catch up, and we really probably won't spend too much time on explaining the basics, very basics. Okay, very fast. Which Agile method do you use? Who is using waterfall? 1. Oh, few. Don't worry, we don't shoot you, it's all fine. Who is using, doesn't use anything? 1, 2, perfect. Scrum, any Scrum guys? Quite a bit. Kanban guys? 3, 4. XP? Few, or less XP guys. Another? Anyone? Anything else?
Crystal.
Crystal, that's the name. What guys are you using? DSDM, perfect, good. Okay, let's go very fast with roles. Project managers. You can raise here to your hand a few times if you want. Quite a few. Product managers. Oh, just 4 maybe. Analysts. Quite a few. Developers. Developers. Half, as usual. That's where the power of Agile is. Testers. Quite a lot, good. Architects. We have you. What do you do in Agile environment as an architect? No, that's a joke. Good. Scrum Masters. Few. Product owners. Few. Other? Anyone didn't mention? What are the rest? What's your role? Manager, general manager, yeah. Sorry, missed that. Any other roles I missed? Cool, so we have very, again, diverse environment. That's why we have 3 tracks. So let's hope you will choose what you really care about. So very fast through the conference, and I'm 2 minutes behind, so be fast. We have FEB, stands not for Facebook, it's feedback. So FB Agile Tourist LT, if you have your mobile phone, there is free Zebra Internet Wireless. And if you go to this page, you'll see the conference program. So if you don't know where to go, you can browse there, or you can go online. You have it, of course, on your badge. So we start with the keynote. I'll talk very fast about that. Then we will have a talk show. We realized last time when we were doing that it's very hard to pick the right topic to talk. So we'll get all the speakers after the keynote, and they will have 1 minute of fame. So they have in exactly 1 minute or up to 1 minute to present that topic, so you can easier choose where to go. So not only reading, but seeing a person, seeing. So speakers, if you don't yet know, after the keynote, I'll ask you to come here, so prepare 1 minute. Yeah, we have quite different topics. We try to group them, so look at those. We will have lunch here, so always getting lunch. You don't need to run anywhere. And then we have the last break, and then we will have a closing keynote. After closing keynote, I'll talk about this part very fast, and we will have the after party on informal discussions upstairs in the Panorama restaurant up. So don't run after the conference. If you want to discuss an informal environment, you can come, grab a beer, and we can continue discussions to some time. It's 3 dots, so it depends on us how long it goes. So very fast, what I want you to set your own minds is beginner's mind. I think I'm repeating with this one. But for me, conferences is for getting the ideas. If anyone came here who says, I'll spend a day, and when I go out of here, I'll be fully knowledgeable about Agile, I can say to you, you won't. So when you pick a topic, try to find what you want to learn in it and if addresses your needs. And so really try to choose the topics. If you're a developer, don't go just blindly to technical tracks, because maybe what that topic is about is not, you don't care. Maybe you want to choose another one. Because it's your choice. Where you go, it's your choice. We gave you the options to choose, and that's what you have to do. We want to keep it tight. I'm out of time, so I'll stop speaking very fast. There will be coordinators in each room, so if speakers goes too fast, they stop you, show you how much time is left, and we try to keep it because we have very fast to move between the rooms. I ask you, if you want to switch your room and there is no break, you do it very fast, and we start the next talk. And the last part, the most interesting part, we want to get your feedback. We are Agile. So all you get feedback forms, plus, as I said, there is this application. Actually, it's a conference application, and as you will hear, it's being developed now. It's just the basic now, and the guys in one of the sessions will be developing it, adding feature by feature and shipping it every hour. So those who are using the phone should start seeing that it's changing. We'll see how it works, and hopefully it will. But the best part is that we have 5 books from our sponsor O'Reilly that we will give away at the end. We have 5 more e-coupons, so we will get e-books. So it's a prizes, and you can win. So really try to give us feedback. Write down what you think about the conference, about each presenter, and at the end we will pick the winners. So it will be at the closing part. And just to start with the presents, I have 1 stress ball, so I finished my presentation, so I don't need it anymore. And yesterday we had a training, and Solus, what was your output of the training? One of the outputs, one. You
decide yourself how much stress.
Yeah, he said, like in Agile, we do everything fast, and we become stressful. And he realized that it's you who decide how stressful you want to be. So to be less stressful, present from the ad forum, I think we have more stress balls. So if anyone is really stressed, go to open space. They have relaxed environment there, and you can code and relax. Good, let's start. I'm stop speaking, and I will now introduce our keynote. I hope you all read who he is and why he is. I can very just shortly explain why I wanted Alistair explicitly to come to Vilnius, because I think last year we had a few good speakers as well, and I was thinking whom to ask. And I really want to get to the core, to the basics, to the Agile Manifesto, and looking at least someone from the guys who were at that meeting and were thinking to coining the Agile term. And I'm very, very pleased that Alistair said yes and came to Vilnius. With our flight connections, it's sometimes not easy to organize. So I'm really pleased that you are here, and I'm sure we'll hear something really valuable for all us to take. So, your stage, thank you. And
Thank you.